Welcome to another episode of Cryptic Clues, where we'll be discussing Mark Manson's book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK. This book has gained a lot of attention in recent years due to its no-nonsense approach to self-help and personal development. The book is a refreshing take on self-help literature precisely because it doesn't sugarcoat anything. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that life is always supposed to be sunshine and rainbows. However, this is simply not the case, and Manson isn't afraid to tell readers the truth. Manson acknowledges that life can be tough, and sometimes we are dealt a bad hand. However, he argues that the only way to make life better is to stop caring about all the things that don't really matter. In other words, it's about giving fewer F***CKs overall. This might sound counterintuitive at first. After all, don't we want to care about everything that's important? But what Manson is really saying is that we need to be more discerning about where we direct our energy and attention. Instead of worrying about every little thing, we need to focus on what is true, immediate, and important in our lives. This means being selective about the things that we care about and letting go of the rest. For example, many of us spend a lot of time and energy worrying about what other people think of us. We might worry about whether we're popular, successful, or attractive enough. However, Manson argues that this kind of thinking is ultimately unproductive because we can't control what other people think of us. Instead, we need to focus on what we can control, which is our own thoughts and actions. By doing so, we can take responsibility for our own lives and find a sense of fulfillment that comes from within. Overall, Manson's message is a powerful one, and it's something that many people can benefit from hearing. By letting go of the things that don't matter and focusing on what truly does, we can live more fulfilling lives and find a sense of inner peace that is truly priceless. Mark Manson's message of taking responsibility for our own lives is particularly powerful when he addresses the issue of experiences that aren't our fault. In one section of the book, Manson writes, "We are responsible for experiences that aren't our fault all the time." This is a hard pill to swallow. But it's true. Even when something is not our fault, it's still our responsibility to deal with it. This message can be a difficult one to accept because it's easier to blame external factors for our problems. We might blame our upbringing, our past experiences, or other people for the challenges we face. However, Manson argues that even when something isn't our fault, we still have a responsibility to deal with it. This message is particularly relevant in today's society, where blaming others for our problems has become all too common. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we're victims of circumstances beyond our control. However, Manson's message reminds us that we always have the power to choose our response to any situation, no matter how difficult or unfair it may seem. By taking responsibility for our own lives and our own problems, we empower ourselves to make positive changes and live a better life. We can choose to focus on the things we can control and take action to improve our situation. This doesn't mean that we should ignore the role that external factors may play in our lives, but it does mean that we should take an active role in shaping our own destiny. Ultimately, Manson's message of taking responsibility for our own lives is a powerful one that can help us to overcome challenges, improve our circumstances, and live a more fulfilling life. By recognizing that we always have the power to choose our response to any situation, we can take control of our lives and create the future we truly want. This is a book that I highly recommend to anyone who is looking to improve their life and their mindset. This book is full of practical advice and thought-provoking ideas that will challenge you to think differently about yourself and the world around you. One of the things that makes this book so powerful is that it cuts through all the noise and gets straight to the point. Manson doesn't waste time with platitudes or cliches. Instead, he offers practical advice that you can apply to your life right away. Whether you're struggling with self-doubt, anxiety, or a lack of direction, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK can help you to see things in a new light. By prioritizing what's truly important in your life and taking responsibility for your own happiness, you can create a more fulfilling life for yourself. And if you're looking for another great book to read alongside The Subtle Art of Not Giving AF***CK, I highly recommend Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book emphasizes the importance of small, incremental changes that can add up to big improvements over time. By focusing on building good habits, you can create a positive feedback loop that leads to long-term success. Overall, The Subtle Art of Not Giving AF***CK and Atomic Habits are two books that can help you to live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. So if you're ready to take control of your life and start living your best life, I highly recommend picking up these books today. Thanks for listening to this episode of Cryptic Clues. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Also, if you're interested in purchasing The Subtle Art of Not Giving AF***CK or Atomic Habits, please consider using our affiliate links in the description. By doing so, you'll be supporting our channel and helping us to continue creating great content for you. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode of Cryptic Clues.